Hi team, welcome to the updated A2P approval SOP. Before beginning the registration process, you want to ensure you have the following documents ready. From the customer, let's start with the CP575 EIN confirmation. This is an IRS documentation that looks like this, where you can find the business name, the business owner, the street, city, state, zip code, the employer identification number. Next, we want to make sure we have the legal business name and address. That matches exactly what is displayed in the CP575 notice, followed by the authorized representative information. A branded business email, no Gmail, no Yahoo, it must be a branded domain name such as name@ business.com, and a personal phone number. So not a Twilio or LC phone. Once you have all of this documentation ready, you can proceed to the next step. We want to make sure that the business profile and website compliance is all set up properly before moving along to submitting the A2P. The business profile setup will look something like this. You will go into the sub-account settings and then business profile. Here we are going to ensure the legal business name and address match exactly as to what is stated in the CP575 notice. So we want to make sure that the legal business name matches exactly what's in the documentation. We want to make sure the email is a branded domain email. We want to make sure the business phone number is an actual phone number and not an LC or Twilio phone number. Again, this is what's stated right here with the business email. We also want to make sure that our authorized representative matches what's in the CP575 notice, again with the branded email and the phone number. That is a personal phone number and not a LC or Twilio. Lastly, we want to make sure that we fill out the business information, so they can select a business type, whether it's an LLC, corporation, etc. They can go ahead and select the business industry, select the business registration ID type. In our case, we are using an EIN as an example, and you want to input the business registration number here. Next, for website requirements, the website must be an active domain, meaning it must be a published domain and not a high-level link. The system automatically generates links for forms, funnels, websites. Those are not the links you want to use to submit an A2P. It must be an actual published customer's domain. We can ensure that the domain is set up and published by clicking into the funnel or the website, selecting the settings of the funnel or the website, and making sure that there is a domain selected here. Next, you want to make sure that the links are not broken and that all the buttons on the page are functional. Make sure that there is no spammy content, because it may lead to disqualification. As for our often form privacy policy compliance in terms of service, you want to ensure the phone number field is not marked as mandatory. This is an example of what your form can look like. If created within HighLevel, first name, last name, phone number and email in HighLevel, when you select the phone field, it automatically marks it as a required field. You can click into the field and on the right side, scroll down and uncheck the required option. Next, at the bottom, you will see the consent boxes, which you can click on the right side and revise the writing and make it to your liking. However, keep in mind that you must use proper opt-in, verbiage, and CTA disclosures. Down here, I have included a few samples that may be used. Also, you must include the sender ID reflecting the company's business name within the consent boxes. You must also include message frequency disclosure. So how frequent will these messages be received? And you must include that message and data rates may apply. If you take a look at the sample, it is stated that message frequency may vary and that message and data rates may apply. You must also provide instructions for assistance, as far as text help for assistance, and you must also provide an option to opt out. For example, reply stop to unsubscribe. HighLevel will automatically include reply stop to unsubscribe to the first message that is initiated from the platform. Lastly, on the form, you must include your privacy policy and terms of service. So we take a look at our sample. Towards the bottom, there is a privacy policy and terms of service section, where if you click into the text box, you can highlight each one to this one. End terms of service one at a time. Select the 3 dots and hyperlink it. Here you want to make sure that you include a published link, not a high-level link that will automatically link the privacy policy. And for the next one, terms of service, within the privacy policy, you must clearly state that opt-in information will not be shared with third parties. Here's an example of what the privacy policy can look like. Here it is displayed that the information submitted will not be shared, sold, or disclosed to third parties. HighLevel is not legally allowed to indicate what should be included in the privacy policy. However, we can advise what verbiage they should include. As far as something like this for approval, the terms of services can be something like this. These are pretty standard, so they can either find these online or they can seek legally.